Welcome to Jen's Daily Dish. Today we're making flourless fudge cookies. You heard me right, flourless. These cookies get their delicious flavor and texture from cocoa and from egg whites. How could I possibly resist? Oh, and you can add in whatever you want. I'm adding in chocolate chips, but you could add in nuts if you want, or dried fruit, or the possibilities are endless. I'm also making them because me and you and me will be so happy to make these cookies. Non-fat and yummy, delicious, chocolatey, so happy together. This recipe has so few ingredients and comes together very quickly. It is so important, though, that you measure precisely. If you have a scale, fantastic. I just got one, and I'll put a link to that in the details. But if you don't have a scale, you can still make this recipe. Just be sure to scoop your cocoa powder and place it gently into your measuring cup so that it doesn't get compact. 2 1/4 cups of confectioner sugar, or 255 grams. I'm going to mix the dry ingredients in. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 teaspoon espresso powder. This is optional, but if you remember from my butter pecan cookie recipe where it put it over the edge, it is the way to go. 1 cup, or 85 grams of unsweetened cocoa, ideally Dutch process. I couldn't find it, so this is regular unsweetened cocoa powder. Stir together. To make it easier to get your cookies off of your cookie sheets, grease your cookie sheet and or your parchment paper really well. I ended up using some Crisco for this. You'll see it's very oily. It'll help a lot. It's a non-fat recipe. You gotta add a little bit of fat to help get them off the cookie sheet. 3 large egg whites, or 106 grams. This was a little bit over actually 3 egg whites, so it was like 3 1/4 egg whites going in. 2 teaspoons vanilla extract or vanilla paste. Whisk together. Little by little, add your dry ingredients in and stir until it's all incorporated. The batter should be the consistency of thick syrup. You might be tempted to add more egg whites or water or something in it. Don't. Trust the recipe. I'm using a teaspoon scoop to place the cookies down. Be sure they'll spread out a little bit, but be sure to leave a little bit of distance between them. The first tray will have no chocolate chips. Second tray will have chocolate chips. A cup of chocolate chips. Feel free to use 2 cups if you're adding it into the entire recipe. Let the cookies sit on your cookie tray for 30 minutes. This is going to allow the cocoa to absorb everything. It'll make for a darker cookie, which does not affect the flavor, but it will also affect the spread of the cookie. So just let it sit. Let the cocoa have a rest. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. My cookies are a little large, so they're going to go in the oven for about 8 to 9 minutes. If you have smaller cookies, it'll be about 7. They should be shiny and have a slightly crackly top. Don't over bake. They're ready. let them cool directly on your cookie sheet. My, oh my. The chocolate smell in my house right now is to die for, and these cookies are delicious, and they came right off my cookie sheets, easy peasy. Let's take a taste and inspection time. Here is one of the cookies without the chips. You'll see how it is shiny on top, and it did get a little crackly. The back of it looks really nicely baked. Let's break it open. Oh, look at that. So moist in the middle. Let's give it a bite. That is delicious. That is truly delicious. If you have a chocolate craving and you want to eat something non-fat, yes, let's forget about the sugar. This is what you want to make. It's like the very top to a rich brownie. So good and rich. If I can make flourless fudge cookies for the first time, you can too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check me out on Instagram at Jen's Daily Dish and more.